Very excited to have with us right now for this segment, Nicole DiCello, who is the owner of Bedlam Book Cafe. Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, Nicole, I think bibliophiles and people who just like cool spaces to go and get away and learn or kind of dig in or pursue an interest are really excited to have your book cafe here.
I'm excited that they're excited. This was a burning passion of mine for a long time. I love spaces like this. I'm basically creating the kind of space that I want to hang out in and that I think a lot of other people want to hang out in.
And we want to say thank you also to start off that you're a new member of the chamber, and we're really grateful for that. Really the heart and soul of our membership, our small business owners like you. And we were talking offline, and it's a question I often ask, but Bedlam Book Cafe, the story behind the name, I think it's a great story.
Yeah, so the story, there's a double meaning there. Bedlam is a word that is part of the title of one of my favorite books of poetry by Anne Sexton, who was a Massachusetts poet. Her very first book of poetry is called To Bedlam and Partway Back. So there's that. And then the other meaning is just the political climate, the environmental climate. It's bedlam.
A little crazy, yeah. No,
it's crazy.
Yeah, the norms are all being challenged on multiple fronts. So
absolutely.
But you know, but if there's any, I guess, solace during all this, is it, you know, how do we make change and build community at a local level? And you're doing that in Worcester, in the Canal District, in the Crompton Collective building, and maybe we could let people know where you are, your space, because we want them to come visit you and spend some money.
Yes, absolutely. So I am in the Crompton building in the Canal District on Green Street. The space that we're in is the one that Seed to STEM occupied for a few years. We're super excited to be in that space. They're one of my favorite stores.
Yeah.
So, and they've moved right across the hall, so they are still there. But yeah, we're in that space, and we are so excited to bring this kind of, I mean, as you were saying, yes, this is my answer.
Yeah.
To Bedlam.
a safe, constructive, positive place.
Absolutely.
But I guess, you know, this is kind of a twofold. I mean, it's unique. There's a challenge for someone to start a business and get it up and running. And there's
absolutely
whether you're starting a bookstore or and you're more than a bookstore, because you're going to do some food and juice, right? Juice cafe.
Right. We're mostly going to be a juice and
okay.
smoothie cafe.
Okay.
We will maybe eventually have some kinds of food, but we're actually not set up to cook anything.
Okay.
So Birch Tree is
right there.
Right there. So you can grab a lunch there, or you know, breakfast or whatever.
And so so with that, I mean, you know, someone's a manufacturer or a law firm or whatever. You know, there's kind of the basics. Everyone's got to get a payroll system, IT. You got to work out all that stuff.
It's big.
Yeah, a lot of work. But then, kind of, there's not necessarily a blueprint on how to start a bookstore.
Well, you know, I have to say, I spent 20 years in the corporate world. I was in software, IT, and I think I developed a lot of good habits, you know, and that exposure and that experience of kind of being part of big business and what it takes to run a business. I mean, I was, you know, I had a lot of just skills and experiences that I developed over the years. So I think that has helped me. Like, I can't imagine having done this in my 20s.
Right.
I was not equipped emotionally,
right.
You know, practically, mentally, anything. So that, I think, has informed some of my experience. But that being said, it is huge. Like, it's kind of a never-ending series of surprises and things that come about, and what it takes, you know, all the different, just the multifaceted picture of everything. It's not simply, oh, I'm going to go out and get books and juices and sell them.
Right. You've got to market the business, point of sales, you know, the payroll, accounting.
The payroll was a little overwhelming to me. payroll and hiring have been sort of like my big.
Yeah, I forgot the, yes. Well, that's consistent with, one of the things and people on the show who watch the show hear me say it over and over again. The single biggest issue that we hear from our members, regardless of the size of the company or the sector they're in, is this access to talent and finding, people who are motivated and team players who want to come in and help a business be successful and be part of a team.
Yeah, and I'm about to begin interviewing. I've put a job ad out there for the first time ever this week, and it's been good response so far. So I don't know. Wish me luck in that.
Yeah. Well, I want
to
talk a little bit about that because
Yeah.
with the opening and everything that's going to be happening, part of, again, it's not just what you decide, buying the books and then selling them. Programming, bringing people in, marketing, and maybe when we come back, we can talk a little bit about kind of your vision and some of your ideas and how some of our viewers could maybe tap in or contribute.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, I'm like I was saying before, this is my answer to the bedlam around us.
Your kind of vision and marketing and how the community can engage, and kind of in addition to selling books and juices but how can the community engage in some of the programming?
Yeah, thank you. So we really envision ourselves as being an intellectual, cultural gathering space for the community. We are going to have readings, authors, poets, actually local academics from the area, colleges. We envision this being a community space and helping create what people want to see. We even had an idea to have local Worcester people that have had cool travel experiences come and share their travel experiences. I don't know, maybe you hiked the Himalayas or something, and you want to come, tell us about that. So actually, one of the first author series that we're going to have is Pablo Medina. He is a poet and writer in residence at Emerson College, and he's a Cuban American poet and novelist, and he just translated the Cuban novelist Alejo Carpentier. He translated his novel into English. And so he's going to come and give a reading on that, and that will be our first reading to kick off all these series. So and they're going to be free and open to the public.
Good stuff. Well, Nicole DiCello, who is the owner of Bedlam Book Cafe, if we want to learn more, bedlambookcafe.com.
That's right, and we're also same name on Instagram and on Facebook. Follow us.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to coming down and encouraging all of our chamber member businesses too, and hopefully have you back on at some point. Thank you for bringing this kind of unique offering to Worcester and to Central Mass, and thank you for being a part of the chamber.